Video stuck at 406.
406? Maybe it's lagging for you because we're live now. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Alana.
Oh, are we live?
Yes, we are live. We're just fixing something real quick before we get going. Disable something on your
Yeah.
scripts.
I'm going to have to reload my browser then because it froze at 406.
I would have trust me, I would have noticed that if it was frozen. I was literally staring, counting down the seconds. If I saw it jam up, I would have
Yeah.
been very
Hey,
sad.
Alona.
Alana. I was saying Alona too for a
Alana.
while.
Yeah, like, I know. I keep catching myself on that. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I gotta remember, if you know who Alana Pierce is, that's how I remember Alana. Hey, Jason. Ah, David doesn't have a hat on.
No, I don't have my hat on tonight.
Doesn't matter if it's warm or cold out. I'm wearing one of these. Now, pretty soon I'll change to a hat when it gets really hot.
No, Jacques took the night off.
Yes.
He was up all night playing games.
Like
so
2 to 3 a.m. 6 hours of Elden Ring.
Why isn't he on the show? If he played it until 2 or 3,
Oh,
that's
maybe it was
plenty of
later.
time to get.
Maybe it was later than that. No, he's one of those guys that likes to get his batteries recharged. If he does something on one day, he likes to have the next day to reset, and then he goes to something the following day.
Oh, but he had all day to sleep and nap and.
We're calling you out, Shock. Are you in the chat? Get your ass in here. I don't care what your hair looks like. I don't care if the lights are not on. Just turn the camera on and jump in front of your computer. 5 a.m. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Alana. Okay. That is pretty late. I mean, you're getting close to just eating breakfast at that point.
Yeah. That was about the time I was getting up.
I didn't fall. Well, I woke up a couple times last night, like
I did too.
3-4 times, 3 hours of sleep, maybe. I did get a nap, so that helped a little bit. That's probably why I'm still sitting here functioning to some degree. Jason said, Elden Ring made Jacques humble. Well, of course, you're supposed to be terrible. Well, not terrible. You're supposed to get your ass kicked in there from time to time. Me, on the other hand, when people have watched me play those games, they're like, you're so good. You haven't died in a long time. I'm like, trust me, it's coming. There's going to be an enemy that's just going to smash me on the side of the head. I'm down for the count in one hit. So it's hard. Those games are not easy. I'm not, don't watch me and say, this doesn't look that bad. Trust me, it's hard.
Yeah.
All of those Souls games are hard. Even the easiest one, which I always say is Steel Rising, which is in the Humble Choice Collection this month, which probably do a giveaway for that real soon. We have a couple keys. Let's see. Mike cheats. He uses Game Shark. I remember when I used to go to a bookstore called Borders. Or if you had one of those around you, David.
Yeah. Down in Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't think we had one up here in Southwest Missouri. So
I always went to the video game section there.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And I used to see lines of books of just Game Sharks. It's just, I never bothered to. Come to think of it, now that I mentioned Borders, every time I went in there, I feel like 80% of the time I actually didn't buy anything, and I was just sitting there reading. Like, I just treated it as a library.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Does anybody miss bookstores? Or did any of you actually go to the bookstores?
Yes. I did all the time.
All the time?
I remember I even had when Borders offered that paid membership, you got the little discount, and then special announcements for sales and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I'm really loud. Let me lower myself. Sorry about that, guys. One thing I absolutely hated about Borders, though, if you ever go look at their movie section in their DVDs, Blu-rays, they always charged more than like everybody else. At least in my store they did on Long
Yeah.
Island. It was like
Yeah.
if a movie's $20, they're charging 30 for it there.
Yep. I never bought movies or anything at Borders. There was I would go over to the mall and we had a movie store. I don't remember what it was called or if it
Mm.
was even part of a chain, but that was all they did. They sold DVDs, tapes, and VHS and all of that. And I would go in there and I got to know the lady really, really well. She would special order me stuff all the
Oh,
time.
I love that. Oh, don't you? Oh, I always loved having that one employee or manager in the store that you're so buddy with, and you're like
Yeah.
really cool with too. Like you, this is the kind of person you'd want to play, hang out with, or do something. And I remember just one time I went into a GameStop, and the manager there, if he ever somehow magically stumbles upon this one day and sees this, highly unlikely. I remember his name was Josh, and there was a time I was picking up some really terrible Pirates game on the original Xbox, and not Pirates the series. Like it was some pirate game. I want to say it was called Caribbean something.
Was it Sid Meier's Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think that might have been it. It was that one where they attempted a third-person game, like exploring RPG where you're you're going to different islands and stuff like that. I don't know. I didn't dig it. Maybe it was a good game, but I remember playing it and I brought it back immediately. So.
That sounds like Pirates. The Sid Meier's Pirates. A very old game. Well, I'm not going to say really old because it's been reimagined quite a few times since then, but very old game. And you ran around the Caribbean to the different islands, and you could attack ships and or forts and
That might have been it.
towns, and you could do trading.
Yeah, I remember. My taste in games are very different though. In 2004, it was 2006 when I picked up this game, and well, to go back to what I was saying, like, so I remember going to the register, and it had a price sticker on there. It was, I don't know, whatever it was, dollars. And I thought it was going to be $20, but then you rang it up and it was like $26.99 or $28.99 or something. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, I guess I'm not getting this right now. I'll come back for it. He's like, nah, you know what? It's cool. He actually reached in his wallet and paid the rest. He's like, just go play it. So I always loved people that did that stuff.
Well, yeah, but it's like if they're gonna have a price sticker on there that's $20.
True. They should honor it.
And the sticker says clearly, the price, but and I hate that because sometimes
a lot of GameStop.
Yeah, and they won't honor that price most of the time, and I find that really, really hard and to deal with because you have it out on your shelf, and a lot of the times they'll all have that. So every copy of that game has that price on it.
Yep.
But yet they just won't honor their own because it's different in the computer, and they don't know how to change it in the computer to adjust for it. And it's like, that's where you get your manager on the phone and have them tell them how to do it.
I've ran into that issue so many times at GameStop. Oh God.
Yeah. Well, I've had a few employees fired over that because I would make a big stink.
Yeah.
It would be, you have it out on your shelf. This is the price, and a lot of times it's the same price on the website, or it was the same price on the website.
That is true. I remember that.
Yeah. So one store, it was over on Lovers Lane in Dallas, I think. They had they had a couple of employees who had a nasty habit of trying to charge more than what the sticker price was, and they were pocketing that difference.
I'm convinced that happens a lot in stores. So especially stores that sell used products. Yes. A lot.
Yeah.
Let's see, what are you guys saying? Puppy said, by the way, welcome, Puppy. Lucky, thank you for joining us.
Hey.
On this warm night. It's kind of, I'm dealing with it though. I used to sit in the bookstore with my Kindle and drink a coffee while I read.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had those built-in. Was it Starbucks at the time, or it might have been just some regular coffee shop inside of Borders? I don't remember.
No, I think it. Well,
Might have been Tim Hortons. Maybe.
no, no.
It was too long ago for me to remember the exact coffee shop that was in there, because I think I've only actually got something from there once, so it wasn't a regular thing for me to drink coffee.
I think some of them it was the Borders coffee shop, but I know in Seattle, two of the Borders bookstores, it was Starbucks,
Okay,
but
yeah, I could see that.
one down in Dallas was a Seattle's Best, and then the one in Springfield,
Mm,
I don't know if it's still open or not.
maybe.
It was just a coffee shop that wasn't a branded or anything. So I think it was owned by Borders.
Okay. Yeah, Borders was a fun place to visit on the weekend. It gives you a reason to kind of go out and do something sometimes. Not that I needed one, but let's see. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. And you said there is a Starbucks in Barnes and Nobles. Yes, and Jason
Yes.
also mentioned Barnes and Nobles. He said he got his first tablet from Barnes and Noble. Mine was, yeah, my first tablet was on Amazon, so that's not an exciting story. Unfortunately, they don't have mushroom coffee. Yes, I know you love your mushroom coffee. Speaking of mushroom coffee, have you ever had that, David? I'm very curious.
No. I don't even know what that is.
It's just it's straight up coffee made from mushrooms. Got caffeine
No.
in it.
No.
I hear it tastes like dirt, but you get used to it.
It sounds like it.
I'm not hating on what you drink, Sarah, but I remember when you first told me that you were drinking mushroom coffee for the first time, you said it kind of tastes like dirt. I do recall that. But then you got used to it. Just like anything, you get used to it.
Of course, I think of magic mushrooms. So
You could probably get some coffee of that. Why not? I'll try it. Let's see. Lana said it's nighttime for Mike and still light. No. It's not nighttime for me. Take a look.
You still see the glare.
Look at those are not regular shades. Those are things to block sunlight. And there's a couple reasons why I got those. It's not just for the show that some think, oh, you just got only for the show. No. When I get migraines, I don't want to just wear sunglasses all the time. I want to, I could have gotten something more fancy, and I plan to get something better that doesn't look like, well, paper. But I got this for migraines, the show, and during the summertime, this room gets hot.
Hot.
Like,
yes.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows, and the ceiling gets really hot. And when the sun's beaming in here, it's cooking. Even when the AC unit up there is on, it's still hot. So ever since I put these things up, it has reduced the temperature in here by at least 50% on a hot day, and I'm very happy about that. A lot of different reasons why I got that. But no, it is not nighttime for me. It's still pretty sunny out.
Yeah. Same thing for me. It's like I put up the blinds in order for the show, but also, it's like this room. It's a big living room, kitchen combo, and it gets really hot during the summer too. So, and the blinds help.
You have to take into account all the electronics that give off heat on top of the sunlight.
True.
So you're adding an extra 10 degrees to the room probably.
Yeah.
So when you sent me this PC and Michael was saying like, oh, it gives off a lot of heat, I'm like, that's another reason why I needed things to reduce the temperature in here, so it kind of balances itself out a little bit. Anyways, you know what? A lot of us, I know, future listeners want us to kind of get into this right away because they've been waiting for us to talk about some of the Child's Play stuff. So I want to get into that right away. Usually we kind of leave like the main thing at the end, but we're going to do
Yeah.
it backwards this time because why not? It's fun to mix things up. So here we go. Let's put that up here. Supporting Child's Play. So a couple things we have to talk about. Well, one, you probably guys have saw the post. Well, if you're in the Facebook group, I know ones in the chat are, but other listeners, you should check out the Facebook group and our main page. Our private group, public, Twitter, all of that, because I did post on there about the PlayStation 4 we just got for Child's Play. By the way, I wanted to show this off real quick. It's sort of related, but not really. We got this off of eBay. It's from the seller was a mom selling her console to sons. And she tossed this in there as a little gift. It's win, never tie. Yes, you put this on your shoelaces and you never have to tie your shoes again.
All right, sounds kind of cool,
It's
but
brand new,
I don't know.
but you know what? Let's just open this up real quick. Hey, Jacques, why not? Let's open this up. What does this look like? That's if I can open it. Oh, wait. I have scissors back here. There we go. Hey, Jacques, how's it going? They were just asking why you're not here, and we tried to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, we called you out.
Lying on the floor, and I don't know what it was. All right, so here's the laces that seller sent me. It's this. It's just literally just straight up regular laces with this tiny little lock. So this is going to be on your shoes. Lock.
Well, see, that I don't quite understand. It's like you still are going to have to tie your shoes up.
You're going to have to tie it once, but then you never have to tie it again. But here's the thing. If it's one of those kind of shoes that, your foot could easily just go in there when it's tied, like a nice loose shoe that you could just pop it in and out, then I would say this is fine. But if you're wearing tight shoes, you're going to constantly have to untie this thing. And this seems like it's going to be more steps with a lock.
Yeah.
This is actually really nice shoelaces, though. I'll give it that.
It wouldn't work for me.
Oh, see, I immediately don't like this. It takes a lot of pressure to push this down.
And
I feel like anybody with arthritis, this is going to be a problem.
That's not good.
Jacques said, "Okay, shoelaces don't need locks." Yeah, it's just designed so you. Oops, like, it's just designed so you don't have to ever tie your shoes again. I'm sorry, I'm not that lazy.
Yeah,
but I do appreciate. This person may actually eventually watch this because I plan on messaging them, telling them what we're going to be doing with the console. So they may actually eventually watch this. I appreciate you sending me this. This is cool. I love it when sellers give you a little gift. It's not, I don't care what the gift is. It's just the thought that counts. But I'm not going to use this. I don't want to make you feel bad. But cool. Thank you. I might use those laces if mine ever break on one of my shoes. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, David? Nothing?
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm not even touching that.
No.
But is it because I mentioned the seller may watch this at some point?
No. Yeah, because, I wear dress shoes.
Okay.
And, business dress shoes, and then laced up boots. So something like that's not going to work for me. But, I could see maybe a kid who has trouble. They might untie their shoes or the laces are too long and they're trying to make it easy, but still.
Okay, it does come with 2 locks, by the way. Can somebody explain to me what is this piece? Bends? What is the function of this? What is this supposed to be? What's it saying on here? No. Okay, well. I don't know. This is after you use the locks, that it kind of hurts. You got to build up a little bit of muscle in your fingers before you engage that lock. So you just use this like that. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
That's what. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's what it is.
Get your Pilates in.
Jason said I'm lazy. I bought some Skechers slip-ons recently. Yeah, those are the best, honestly. Anyways, so there is one other thing I don't have over here. Okay, so this did come with 2 controllers. I forgot I left it over there. So with this PS4, by the way, it was like around 90 something for everything. We got this controller right here. It's white one. This is actually one of the ones that I think Sony still sells for the PS4. That's usually regularly in stock. I mean, they still have the other ones, but this is the newer ones, I believe. But this here, everything functions on this, by the way. The controller. Story to say about the controller. For the seller who might watch this, I want to educate you guys on something. You said the black controller is having issues connecting to the console. Here's the one that came with the PS4, which, by the way, don't worry. I hear a little piece like shaking in there. It could have happened during shipping. It's okay. No, it's no biggie. I'm gonna go in here and clean it out anyway.
Yeah, it's just a clip that broke off.
Yeah. So the seller said this controller couldn't connect to the console. It would just not turning on. Oh, I forgot to charge this one. That's okay. That's not the issue. But they said this couldn't connect to the console, but it was flashing. All you guys had to do, future reference, if you have PlayStation 4 controllers in your house for PS5 or whatever you guys have,
Plug it in.
Plug it into the console. Sony's controllers are not like Xbox controllers. Xbox uses a Bluetooth functionality that pairs with the console. There's a pair button on the console, and there's a pair button on the controller as well. But for the PlayStation, you got to use a micro USB. With the PS4, you got to use a micro USB cord, plug it into the PlayStation 4, and then when you turn the power on, it connects.
It will.
And once
it will
connects,
automatically sync.
Yeah, it will sync it. Then once that's done, you can remove the wire, and then you're good to go. So this is actually working well. So just the stick right here. This is what I was talking about, David. This stick right here. It works. Like everything functions on here when you play the game. Not that everything's fine. When I move it, it's kind of hard to explain. It's not really doing it now. There's just a bit more of a this has like a nice glide. See that? Here it's like a.
It just sounds like, the sun, or somebody got a little drop of soda.
Yes, your son got some soda in this, and we don't like that. I gotta clean it anyway.
It just dried up, or otherwise, it got wet, or got soda all over it, and they took it apart to clean it and stuff. That's just one spot that they didn't quite do a very good job of, and that could be how the retainer clip got broke off.
Yeah. So yeah, here's that second controller. I will get games that it came with. Now, I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but I'm talking like the seller's watching this right now, but they might be watching this in the future. I'm going to treat it like that. So this came with the Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This I put it in a different case because the case was really mangled. It's fine. I've had PlayStation 4 cases that have, for some reason, they just broke for no reason. Literally, I barely touched them. Sometimes the plastic just kind of disintegrates. I don't know why, but anyways, this disc wasn't working, unfortunately. There are some tricks we can do to get this thing up and running. I don't know if you guys can see this. Probably not. My camera's not that good, but can you see the scratches?
Yeah, you can see some, but it's not very well.
It's gonna be very hard to.
Yeah.
There you go. See that?
There you go.
Gonna blind you with the light a little bit, but yeah, but there's some like really bad scratches on here. Now, usually that's fine. Games can still play because Blu-ray discs are pretty strong. They're much stronger than DVD discs, but
and it can cut through a lot of that crap. But yeah.
Unfortunately, the PlayStation doesn't want to read this. I tried it on my PS5. But yes, this is the console we will be to Child's Play once I go in there and clean it, because everything is working on there. But this is going to be going to a hospital, and we don't know which kind of what the kid who may have a certain condition. We don't know what it's going to be, and they may not they may be breathing in something that's coming out of the system. It's not a good idea. So it's going into a sterile place, so the machine should be sterile inside. So I'm going to open it up, give it a full cleaning, up, down, left, right, sink, fan, everything, the power supply, all that. And this was the second game that came inside the console, which was not advertised in the listing. I'm not sure they knew this was in here, but this is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So that was in the console as well. This one works perfectly fine.
I think GameStop had it on sale for, or was it the PlayStation Store? I think it was the store.
Yeah, $15.
They got that game on sale right now.
Which you guys saw pictures of, but I'm going to be very careful when it is the little dusty, actually. That was from me moving around. Fine, I'm going to have to clean this again. 2015 model, PS4. This got rid of the gloss, as you can see. Not here. It's all matte finish, which I love. I hated the gloss piece on here. Does anybody... Okay.
I don't remember my original having a gloss panel.
The 2013 and 2014 models had gloss. More so the first year. So.
I don't remember mine having that. I remember mine because I had a launch PS4. I had since gotten rid of it in favor of the PS4 Pro, but I don't remember there being that gloss panel. I remember the gloss panel being introduced closer to the Slim.
Well, I got my PlayStation 4 in 2014, and it did indeed come with the gloss one. I always assumed it was 2015, but maybe they had two different models going at the same time. Maybe they had a gloss one and they had a matte one at the same time. Does anybody remember that? I don't know, but
see, I don't remember. But all I remember is I picked mine up on launch day, and it did not have that gloss panel. So that's kind of what was throwing me. It's like, well, you're talking about a gloss panel. It's like, well, that sounded like more like a Gen 2. Or when they were phasing over to the Slim. Because I remember the Slim had a gloss.
All right. Guys, chat to the Google. Can you solve this for us? Because now I'm starting to question what I was just saying too, so I'm not quite sure.
Well, Puppy said that hers had a
gloss panel.
Theirs had a gloss panel.
Okay. Yeah, just real quick, I want to ask everybody in the chat: does anybody in the history of video game consoles that they've owned, when they've had gloss stuff on it, did any of you like that? Like the 360 S that was all gloss, the entire thing was gloss. Then of course this model at one point had a gloss. If you get one, see that dust that was on there before that I just did this with? You get one of those on a gloss panel and you move it. If you don't get it off right,
it scratches.
Instant scratch. One little thing of dust will do it. And I was so careful. I was so careful with this, with mine that had the gloss panel. Always dusted it. Made sure there was no dust on it. Never used my fingernails or anything like that. Nothing sharp on it. And there were scratches on it.
Yep.
No way of avoiding it.
Hated it.
But yeah, this system, everything powered on just fine. Oops, I keep banging into the microphone. Let's put it over here by my head. Everything powered on just fine. The only thing, actually, real quick, I just want to mention, these actually are physical buttons. Old PlayStation 4s they released did not have physical buttons.
They had the touch buttons. Oh, I hated those.
The dust used to trigger them. Sometimes when you were dusting, you turn it on.
All the time.
Annoying. But yes, everything's working perfectly fine on here. The only thing, well, I still have to stress test this after we clean it. We haven't done a full proper stress test. on this thing yet. To run it for a long time. See how if on a very intensive game, that's a lot of fast moving. We're gonna have. But the only thing we noticed, or I noticed on here, is the disc tray. Right here, when you pop the disc out. When I first tried to pop the disc out, because the game was actually in here, Dragon Ball Z. When that came out, it was struggling, so I had to pull it. I was able to put it back in with no issue, and then it was kind of doing that again. So I had to do a trick, clean. Well, I'm going to go in there and actually clean it the proper way, but just to see, quick test to see if it was a damaged part or if it was dirty. I just kind of cleaned the disc recently, wiped it all down, make sure it's dry, and put it in there, and it was able to grab whatever gunk that was on the roller in here, and then now it's going in and out with no issues. So that tells me just cleaning and it'll be perfectly fine. But other than that, everything seems to be in working order. Just need to figure out the whole stress test. I'm waiting on some cleaning products and some other stuff to get here. And I'm going to open up this bad boy and we're going to see how much dust you guys left in there for us to clean up. Because I know these things love to attract dust. There's these vents all around here, all underneath here. There's big, gigantic vents in the back. Guys, there's so many different access points for the dust. The one console, believe it or not, that's not that bad. When people have opened them up years after service and they're like, it's not bad in here, was the PlayStation 3 Slim, because the air holes on that was like tucked. I'll show you like at another time, but like it's so buried in there that dust can still get in there, but I had a much harder time accessing it. So when you opened it up years later, there wasn't really that much dust in there. But for something like this or the Xbox 360, yeah, you're going to be in for a ride when you open it up. It's going to be all kinds of dust. I can't wait to see what could possibly be alive in here, because that's always a possibility. I'm not saying you guys are infested or anything, but I've opened up a console once, and I found a little spider that died in there a long time ago, gave his life to prevent PlayStation 4. Maybe he was in there doing repairs. He gave his life to keep the PlayStation 4 up and running. Yeah, so I am looking forward to that. And yes, I have opened up a PlayStation 4 before, this exact same model. I know my way around there. I didn't go all the way in. I didn't gut it completely, but I was able to get at least halfway down in there. So I'm not going to just go in there. No knowledge. And of course, I will have a YouTube running on the background as a little guide just in case. Or usually I have those for just to do it when I'm putting everything back together. I would watch the video how it was assembled. But yes, once all of that is done, once I clean it, once I do the stress test, and if we give this thing the green light, then it will be ready to go to Child's Play. We just want to make sure this thing is actually 100% functional. We don't want to say, oh, an hour test or whatever. Oh, we don't need to go in there and clean it and just ship it off and then it busts when it's there. No, we don't want that. So we want to make sure there's no faulty part in here that could potentially, even if it is working, the machine, but if I see a part in here that's kind of faulty that could potentially break in 4 to 6 months or something, I'll replace it if it's not complicated. But yeah, but I have some good news. Asked if I could mention it on the show, and he said, yeah, go for it. George Raptis, one of our community members, he just shipped it today, but he's shipping us a PlayStation 3 Slim, not the Super Slim, not the one with the sliding door on the top, that little mechanism, the last model that they put out, the in-between one, which is considered the best PlayStation 3 yet, when it comes to how long it's going to survive and all that. They were built very well. He's shipping that, a controller and some wires, and he's going to kind of tested it a little bit himself, but he says you guys can do a full test when we get it. And that he put that towards Child's Play, which is awesome of him. We will get to that console after this one, because I can only do one at a time. I will do that one next. Once this one's finished, it will work. I'll get that one. Probably doesn't need much. I don't know if I'm going to go in there, because I know I've seen his collection. He's a very clean collector, takes care of all of his electronics. Probably just have to up. I mean, is it necessary for me to go in a PS3 that's well taken care of?
You
If it's
still
fully,
want to.
should I still go
You
in there?
still. You still want to at least crack the case
All right,
and you know,
inspect it.
yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Well, if you're gonna take that stance, okay, I have a PS3, and I had been considering donating a PS4 Pro. I'll put a lot of dirt and dust in both of them, and I'll send them to you and let you clean them up.
What is this, like training? he's like, let's see how good he is. He's like, Michael, get the dirt and just start pouring it in the side of the vents. Got the chicken coop, just put it in there. No, put the
Yeah,
droppings in.
all the dog hair and lint from the dryer. Bring it over here.
Um, yeah. So that is very awesome of George. Thank you so much, George. And I know you'll watch this later. He also told me there is an Xbox One he has kicking around somewhere that he got at a yard sale a while back, and he's gonna dig it out. I saw his inventory. He's got I mean, his attic, I should say.
Huge.
It is.
Huge.
I didn't. I'll ask him if I can share it to them later, to David and Doc later. But it was like boxes to the ceiling of the attic. It was just he's just pulling things out, looking for all kinds of wires and stuff. But it's like, look what I found up here, and he just like pulls out like a limited edition, brand new sealed like Sea of Thieves Xbox Series controller. I'm just like, you just have that laying around in an attic because he's trying to build a
Wow.
game room, but he doesn't have the space right now. Family and all of that, but eventually he's
Right.
gonna have a big video game man cave, and that's where you're gonna see all of those consoles and stuff that he has is up. So right now they're just sitting in the attic.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how much value is sitting up in that attic. Let's just hope there is no tree that comes down, knock on wood, but just crushes the stuff. But
Homeowners insurance comes in handy.
yeah, honestly, with his collection, he's got to have insurance. I would hope so.
They probably would have him add a rider for it. So I know
Yes.
I had to get a rider for mine.
Exactly. Hey, Michael, how's it going? You're in the chat too. Welcome, welcome. Careful, I will take this as you issuing a command to me. Yes, get the dirt, pour it in the consoles. Do it. I order you to completely wreck a good working PlayStation for no reason at all, so we can fix it.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
No, we're not going to. But yeah, so he sent the PlayStation 3. It should be here on Tuesday. Now going forward, David, we could kind of talk about some of this with repairs and stuff. Depending on if there is something wrong with the console, and I feel like you're more equipped to do it, I'm gonna tell them to send it to you. Like
Yeah.
if they say like the power thing is out and this is missing and this needs to be ripped out and gutted, I'm just gonna be like, you're way more tech savvy than me. I'm sure I'll just let me do research and figure it out for future repairs, but that's something you have to do. When it comes to just testing a regular console, like, yeah, sure, I could do that. If I know there's a few others that they don't want to be mentioned, but that told me they are going to look out, like at yard sales or wherever, or in their own storage somewhere. They may have some stuff, and they say if they found anything, they're either gonna send it directly to Child's Play, which I do recommend doing first. Sending to us is Jacques just subscribed. Have to change that time machine. I did lower it. Let it go by.
Heard in the background now. That's annoying.
Yes, yes. I told we're gonna fix that. I just haven't had the time to. So that was loud. Oh, you know why it was loud? The slider went up by accident. It's not supposed to be that high. Oh, it was on -6. Oh, that's usually on like -18. Oh no, I just blew everybody's eardrums out. Sorry to step on your speech, Mike. What was I even saying? What was I saying? You know how bad my memory is, Jack?
Yeah.
60 PS3. I don't know. Could somebody remind me what I was saying? If you guys were paying attention, then
Well, you were saying that
oh, donating to Child's Play directly. Thank you,
yeah.
Puppy. So this is what I recommend people to do. Whoever has a console and you're gonna ship it. I'm not saying ship it directly to us. You should, if you have the time and you know and you want to stress test it yourself, clean it and do all that stuff, like do your contribution with all that. Do all that when you have time, and then send it directly to Child's Play, which I do have a link, their address on the main post I have pinned, but you can easily find that on their website. Send it directly to them. If you don't have time to do any stuff, if there's something wrong with the machine, or you're like, I don't have time to throw this in the box, you guys do it, that's fine. You can send it to us then. But if you guys want to take that a little extra step, you can do all of that yourself and just send it directly to them. We're an option if you
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
it's like we'll take in the systems that or you can ship it to us if there are problems that you know of with the system or uh that it needs repair or a lot of cleaning because they I don't believe Child's Play actually does any of the repairs or anything.
They don't. I actually, when you told me that a few nights ago, I did a little bit of digging and there wasn't much information on it on the internet, but from what I could gather, what some people were saying, they don't.
Yeah.
Not an official word, but that's just people's, based off what
Well,
they heard too. They don't think they do. So
it would take a lot of logistics, which they're not equipped.
you
It's
got to
like
pay someone to do that.
it's like they are a national or a nationwide charity, but they're actually not very big. They don't have
No.
very many employees who are working for the foundation or anything, and they really don't have repair techs on staff. So they'll try to do their best if they have to, but yeah, so if it's already cleaned and working properly and nothing's wrong with it, send it directly to them because it
Yes.
will get to the children's hospitals much more quickly that way.
Exactly. So that way it doesn't, we ship it to us and then we have to ship it to them. So it's like two shipping methods. Now, if the thing is working, like I say, I know this console is working, but I don't have any of the parts for it anymore. Yeah, you can send that to us. We'll get wires and stuff and all of that. In those situations, for a fully working functional console, yeah, just send it to us and we'll get the parts for it. But I'm not saying you don't have, I'm not saying like what George is sending us are working machines, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, if you have the extra time, George doesn't have the extra time. He's a very busy person. But if you have the extra time to do those steps that we're doing on our end, send it directly to them. But if not, you don't have the time, missing parts, repairs, whatever the case may be, you want us to handle it, that's fine. Then you can do us.
Yeah,
No
'cause
problem.
we'll be happy to do that.
Yeah. And so another thing, they're very important, but what is the, oops, I keep banging into this mic. What is the other important thing about consoles, Dave? You know that. What do we need for the consoles?
Games,
Yes, games. So
content.
here's a copy of Call of Duty Ghosts. This is I just started making my own collection of games, or games will be like, let's say we get some PS3s like George's, for example. I have PlayStation 3 games I will toss in there. I have about 9, I think, so far I've gathered that I'm going to be donating. Each PlayStation 3 will at least get 2 games. Bare minimum 2 games, maybe more, just depends. But here's one of them. It's Call of Duty Ghosts. I played this back. But if you guys have any games, once again, you can send them directly to Child's Play, or we are building our own inventory to supply games for these consoles when they come our way, so we can pair them up with the consoles. You can send them to us as well. You just reach out to us privately on Messenger, and I'll tell you more about that. But I also have Mass Effect 3 here, and I know they're all M-rated games, but you know what? It's Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. I have Black Ops 1 in here. I even have, I don't think these will ever get donated, I'm going to be honest with you, but I threw them in here because I don't think we're gonna want them playing these kind of games, but Connect games,
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
I don't think so.
we would have to find a 360 with
Connect.
or an Xbox One
But
with
these
the
will go in the
Connect
inventory.
camera.
These will go in the inventory in the event
And
of some weird scenario of that happening where we have all of the parts and we have a Connect. And if there's a Connect there, you know, what the heck, we'll just throw these in with regular 360 games. Heck of it, we'll just this one's actually kind of fun. Good exercise game too. And I know
yeah,
Child's Play likes to get some of the kids active in certain games. This is actually pretty good. Played it. Connect Adventures.
well, that's where the Wii would really come in handy too.
Yes.
You know, it's like find some really good Wii games that, has a lot of movement. They would just love that. That's one of
Uh,
their favorite consoles
oh
to
yeah.
get is the Wii.
So yeah, this is the first stack. I'm starting to build a stack of games. This is the very beginning. At some point, we're gonna come back to this conversation. I'm gonna have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes full of them. So, um,
Well, Moon asked, "What is Child's Play?" So
okay,
I know we haven't really explained who Child's Play is. I mean, we've hinted at it. We've said kind of what they do, but Child's Play is a national charity that works with uh, children's hospitals across the country. They do try to help some around the world, but they're mostly focused here in the US. They send out or accept donations, and then they donate to the children's hospitals consoles, games for kids. It's like their big thing is their big message is, you know, kids going through cancer. This is something to help entertain them, to help get them through their treatments as they're getting treatments. Um, but it goes well beyond just kids. You know, adults kind of need the support too because
Hmm?
it's really boring sitting there
Oh yeah,
while you're hooked up to the IV and nothing to do for 6 hours.
yeah,
So
exactly. So I mean, while it is, they're going to be using it for kids and getting treatments and stuff. I'm sure there's definitely plenty of situations where the
Mm,
adults like someone who has both their legs are or in an accident, both their legs are broken or something, and they're healing, and they may not have all of their stuff with them. Maybe they don't have a gaming device. Maybe the only they have is just their phone. The hospital can just bring in a machine to play it, like a
yeah.
PlayStation 3 or a PS4 or an Xbox One or something. Um,
But
yeah.
that's their big thing for Child's Play. They do work in concert with a few other organizations that I tried to work with that we're going to feature and highlight
Yep.
as we go
Mhm.
this year that do basically kind of the same thing, but for the adults,
Yes.
because uh, it's getting gaming systems and games to people that need that, because it can go into physical therapy. It can be used for uh, people going through problems with not only cancer, but surgeries. You name it. The list is so endless.
By the way, Jacques, yes, you can post the PO in the chat. But I also wanted to mention about Jacques. I mean, when Jacques was he's been in hospitals and he had to had to hook up a 360 with a television. He was playing Gears of War and stuff while back in the day while he was getting treatments for what he goes through and stuff. And yeah, so there's an example of an adult, uh, using it in the hospital as well. But yeah, Jacques, you can post that, no problem. I forgot. I saw it. I wasn't wearing it. I was want to interrupt the.
But
Get
but
closer
I
to the
did.
mic, Mike. Am I too far? Hold on. How about this? No, it's too loud now.
No, that's too loud.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because, um, I don't know all the time if that's happening. So if I get low, you guys immediately crack the whip on me. You have permission. Yes. So I lost count. Oh, anyways, when it comes to repairs and stuff, I got one of these for David, and I got myself one as well, just to kind of get myself started. I'm gonna get more tools over time, but I got this little repair kit here. It's got things for almost every electronic or console you can possibly imagine. They even have a little piece of paper in here that goes over all the stuff that you can use, and it does list all the consoles and everything, like Nintendo's, all of their hardware, and it tells you which particular screw you should be using for it.
Really?
Yeah, the paper. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. You see this? It actually mentions all the consoles on here. It says PS3, all the different Nintendo consoles. It tells you which ones you should be using on the tip of the screwdriver.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really look at the insert because, I had told you I already had an iFixit kit,
Oh, yes.
which I bought back. I guess I was close to 2008,
Wow. It's
2009.
that old. Wow.
Yeah, one of the first first kits that iFixit when they were first coming out onto the internet.
Mhm.
One of the first kits that they put out. This was like $100 kit back in the day, and it comes with all of the little bits and everything. And I've held on to this, and I use this all the time. So
I've already used these for a lot of different things in the span of like 48 hours, and I was like, wow, I should have
yeah,
got one of these a long time ago. It doesn't just
yeah.
come with that. It comes with all the stuff you would need to like open up a console, all the little like
Well,
tweezer looking things as
you
well.
got the little sponger,
Yep.
the pry bar, the
This is really nice.
tweezers.
These are magnetic, by the way, which I love. I was just
Mhm.
using your typical regular ones and then the screw just goes flying. This catches like up to like they actually have a picture as a demonstration. You can have like 6 screws like hanging on there like magnetic and they won't fall off of it.
It's great
Yeah.
because you can even, uh, if you're trying to do some work one-handed and you need to put the screw on the tip to put it into place, they'll hold that screw onto the bits until you get down and get it screwed in. It's great. It's a great set.
Yeah, it's not. You know how much this costs? The crazy thing is you think
It
something
was
like
like
this would
eight
cost a lot.
bucks.
Yeah, $8 for this. That's
It
it.
was $8.
That's it. And
Now
you can open up a bunch of different things with it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
they did offer a different one that had uh it was like 50 some odd 58 pieces,
Oh, wow.
and it was like 30 something
That's
bucks,
still not bad.
three times the amount. But and I looked up the iFixit kits, and those started at 60 and went up, so you got a really good deal.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm happy, I'm happy to be doing this because I kind of want to learn more how to repair things. Just the first step of doing that. I'm not saying I can, oh, there's something wrong on the board on the thing. I know how to fix that. No. More than likely, that's David's territory, not mine.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
going to start
that's
ripping things off of a board. That's not happening. But if it comes to like
well,
cleaning and maybe just slight little things that can be fixed like on a controller, like button swaps and different sticks, I could do that, but
yeah, that's pretty
yeah.
simple. Get into the board maintenance or repair. You're gonna need a magnifying glass, the little look piece to magnify everything, a solder gun.
Nice
Uh,
station to do all of that too, because you need a lot of space to
yeah.
do all that. I just noticed what Jacques put when he put the PO in there, my PO. He said Mike's Console Clean and Repair LLC. So David's would be David's Console Clean and Repair LLC. Okay, I could live with that. Sure, why not? I am looking forward to because like I said, this PS4 has basically just a cleaning thing issue inside. That's all it really is.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to get a console that's just not circuit dead, but like there's just a lot of mechanical parts that need to be replaced and fixed, and it's broken and stuff. But if you replace those, everything's working fine. I'm actually looking forward to the day I get one of those, so I can really learn, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, which is the best thing to do when you're doing any of these guides. Watch a YouTube video if you're not familiar with what you're doing.
Lots of them.
Yes.
Lots of them. And there's lots of them out there.
The final, well, not final thing, but the next thing I wanted to talk about with Child's Play real quick is what can be donated. Now, I kind of mentioned this a little bit in the main post we made on that I made on Facebook, but I've had some more time to think about it, and me and David were talking about it a couple nights ago. We're saying like, okay, which consoles should we not ship? Should we not donate, and which ones should we collect? Which ones should we be keeping an eye out for and stuff like that? And this is just for me and David. You guys, it's a different story. You know, it's case by case kind of thing. We can kind of change a little bit. But for us personally, we're going to be keeping an eye out for PS3, 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and everything else that comes up after that. Not saying PS2, original Xbox, and them are off the table. It's just like if I go to yard sale and I see a brand new looking one that's in great condition for $5, of course I'll take it. But those, it's a little bit different because the games are starting to become more expensive for those consoles
and harder to find.
But if you had like a fully functional working PlayStation 2 that's in like good condition, and you had a stack of games to go along with it, that's different.
Yeah,
you have like the games to supply it. That's different.
Because then when we do the donate to send the donation to Child's Play, we have some content to add with it, so they're not struggling to find games to go along with that console.
Exactly. So any console from us, at least, that you, by all means, you can ship out the console with no games. That's fine. But like what David's saying, we don't want them to do extra legwork. We want to kind of have them have some games like ready to go off the bat that they can use or they don't have to go out and spend on their own dime to do that. So we'll try to have a couple games with each console that gets the very least. Yeah. No, minimum 2, maybe more. Just depends on how many games we have currently. Like if we let's example. Let's say we started gathering hundreds of games. We had like, I don't know, 80 Xbox One games or something like that. And we have a console that's ready to go. I'd probably throw in a couple of extra ones in there, like 5, 6 games or something like that, 7 games. Stack them in there. But right now, we would just kind of stick to a low limit of like 2 until we start gathering more. But if you guys have any games that are laying around, just let us know. Hit us up. Xbox Ones, you can even PlayStation 1s. Why do I say PlayStation 1 games? Because the PlayStation 3 can play PlayStation 1 games. The disc can go right in there. So you can put those in there with no problem. Not saying no PS1 console. But keep in mind if you have a lot of games, that'd be different. But yeah.
Well, but some of the later PS3s, they took out that PS1 feature. Though.
Actually, I did a lot of research on this. I found out that each iteration of the PlayStation 3 can play PS1. However, only one version can play PlayStation 2. And I was wondering, and I asked someone, like, do you have a Super Slim? He's like, yeah. Can you put in a PS1? He's like, yeah. He puts the PS1 disc, it loads. My Slim one that does it for it as well. I put a PS1 disc in there, it loads. It's the PlayStation 2. Actually, I get that confused sometimes myself. That's the one that there's only technically one model where it can do that. It was the very first PlayStation 3 FAT system that they came out. It was able to do it.
It would be.
Let's see. He has it up there. But the Fat George Foreman PlayStation 3, they had 2 versions of it, and only one of them could do PlayStation 2. There was like a special port on the front or the back, I can't remember where it was, that would show that, this one can do the PS2. So, keep that in mind if you have one of those. Not all of them. See, that's the Slim.
No, this isn't the
Dusty.
Slim. This isn't the Slim.
No. So there's the slim and the super slim. So that's how it's not
This
classified as the slim, but the fan base call it the slim. That's what I should be
well,
saying. Sony
this
doesn't
is the
call it the slim.
this is launch day. This is the fat. This is the original.
No, it's actually not. It's not. It actually
Uh,
isn't.
Actually, it is
It's not. No,
because
the
this is the
fat one is
same one.
the fat one is the George Foreman grill. I know. I've seen the consoles. Guys, get me up in the chat. There's the George Foreman grill PS3, and then there's the. It's not dubbed as the Slim. Sony didn't call that one a Slim, but the fan base call it the Slim. And then the next model, I should have got pictures of this ready. The model after that was the sliding door one, which is called the Super Slim.
The
The
Super
fans
Slim.
call it
Yeah.
the Super Slim sliding door. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Slim is flat.
It's-
It kind of looks like a PS2 in a way.
See,
It was-
Squishy said the original had a chrome cover, I believe. Yes, it is. It's the chrome George Foreman grill. And trust me, I'm 100% right on this.
That is the same system I picked up on launch day.
Hey, how's it going?
At
Amber, sorry.
12:05 or 12, it was just right after midnight at the GameStop store. That's the system I picked up when they launched the PS3.
Guys, you're gonna have to look this up for me because I'm going crazy right now. My PS3 is glossy. You have the George Foreman grill, I think. PS3. That was glossy. Jacques, you're here. Look up the PlayStation 3s from beginning to end. Let me know. My PS3 is the mid one, not super slim.
The glossy was introduced later, right before they started doing the slim and the super slim.
I'm telling you, I'm right.
Well, I'm telling you, I've had this system for decades. I've not gotten rid of it. This isn't one that
I'm getting images. I'm getting images, guys. I'm looking. Okay. The evolution of the PlayStation 3. We're gonna look at this right now. Of the PS3. Okay. Get PlayStation 3 models. Okay. So, launch system. I have an image of a launch system. It's the one I'm talking about. There's the launch system. Then there's the slim model. That's the one you have. Then there's the super slim. I'm getting the images right now for you guys. We're doing this live. We're doing it live. Hold on.
Well,
maybe.
I'm telling you, that one is the system I picked up on launch day for the PS3.
Okay. Hold on. We're getting here.
The only thing that's different is I did take the hard drive out and I replaced it with a bigger one.
Save image. Okay. Okay. So here's the. I should go into studio mode, but I'm too lazy to do it. Where did it go? Where did it go? PS3. Where is it? There it is. Wow, it's really small on the screen. You guys see that? I'm making it large. Okay, I know it's blurry. I didn't get a good image of it. Here, I'm putting it right over David's face. That is the original model. Right there. That's the George Foreman grill. Right there. That's the George Foreman grill. We're going to keep that right there. Next one is called the Slim model. Here is a picture. Copy image. No, save image. Go. Save. Dragging it in. Here is that one. Where is it? It's up here. I got to enlarge it. I know this is all janky looking, but we're just doing this on the fly and they look terrible. I know that too. Here is the one he showed. That is the Slim. Sony didn't dub it as the Slim, but the fans call it the Slim. So I'm going to put this in a chronological order. So there's this one. That's the original. Here's the Slim. And
however you're going to call it, that is an original launch.
The second one is not original launch. Guys, back me up here. I know some of you know.
Wording on yours because it's written like this. The second one he's showing, the wording's written downward like that. Same thing as the first one.
Okay. Hold on. Save an image.
He's gonna drive me crazy.
Oh yeah, we're doing it now. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys.
We're going for a smackdown.
Okay, I know this looks terrible, but here's the super slim. This is the super slim. This is the original model on the left. Guys, go watch the conference. Go watch the conference. You can see them show the regular one that's on the left, the chrome one, where Sony where they reveal the PlayStation 3. It's this one.
Can I get it for a second?
Okay, I'm gonna turn these off for a second. We're doing. Yeah, David. Jacques wants to see the PS3 again. I love that this is happening right now. I love this. Not that I'm not trying to prove that I'm right or anything. I love this conversation. So we're okay. There's.
I'm looking for the model number.
Well, look at the front. You see it? That's the slim. That's the slim.
It's not the slim. This is launch. Because I did not. This is what I picked up launch day.
I feel like I'm in another dimension right now. I feel like, am I wrong? Am I guys? You have to watch the Sony conference. Can somebody just boot up the PlayStation 3 Sony conference from 2006 right now and look at pull it up, guys. Google it. I don't want to do it.
It may be called the Slim or referred to the Slim, but this system I picked up on launch day.
Mandela effect is strong in this discussion. Isaac, how's it going, Hein? Thank you for joining us.
This was the system that I had to prove that I owned for that lawsuit that class action.
I know we were talking.
You could do dual booting, or you could install Windows onto the system. This is that system that you can do that you can't.
No, I know that, but that I have the. Well, where's George Raptis when you need him? He's got 11 PS3s.
I know, right?
Okay. Fine. Okay, guys. I can't do it because I already dropped frames going to Google. I can't open up any more windows. I don't want to risk that again. Mike, you're driving me nuts. I need you guys. One of you guys look up the Sony PlayStation 3 2006 reveal of the PlayStation 3 and tell me which PlayStation 3 they show off. I'm telling you. Right about this. I feel like Jacques we're gaslighting each other. Look up launch day release. Yes. There you go, Mike. Open this link and bring it up. Okay. I would like to do that. It might crash my thing. Hold on. Let's see. I'll try it. Risk it. Yes, there's the picture. Okay, look. I'm right. It's original PlayStation. It has an image of it. Look. I'm going to drag it in. Hold on. Drag it in here. Saving. Give me a second. Download. I know it's a I know it's a oh, that's not it. That's not the one I want. Sorry. Oop, my bad. Wrong one. It's all good. We're all friends here. No, we're not. We're not all friends. Hold on. Is this it? All right, I don't know why it keeps bringing me this thing over and over. That's not the one. There's an image here that shows all three of them next to each other. Mike is so Disney frozen and let it go. No, I will not let this go. I will not let this go. There's not moving on until someone goes and watches the launch day. Oh, if I knew how to pull that up, I mean, I didn't set up a browser on here. Crap. I have a super slim. Yes, you have the sliding door one, right? Philip, the one which slides back and forth. That's the super slim. Okay. We'll come back to this. This isn't over. We're gonna come back to this.
Okay.
But Jacques, do me a favor.
This one was originally the 60 gig, had a 60 gig drive in there, and I put a 512. So yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I love this. Actually, I love this. This is great. But yes, Child's Play. Where were we going? No, we went off into a tangent. You want to talk about tangents? You want to talk about tangents right now? But Jacques is probably watching the conference right now. I hope he is. I need you to report back on that later. Or any of you can do it. 2006.
Well,
2006.
it's like while he's doing that, we can kind of mention some of the other charities that we're going to be working
Yes,
with.
let's do that. Let's get off that. Yeah.
I know we're going to try to work with Starlight, which is another children's hospital charity that does pretty much the same thing as Child's Play. There is Stack Up, which is veterans combating veterans suicide through gaming. You know, it's for veterans who utilize gaming to help their PST, their other needs and issues, and then Girls Who Code, which I'm really I really love supporting. We need more girls who can get involved in gaming and encourage them to look at programming and design.
Yeah, I was talking with someone who's a developer as well. I won't mention who they are, and she was trying to get into coding and all of that as well. And she's like, she feels like it's really like a lot of males.
It is.
It's just, and feels kind of uncomfortable. Like, with that matter. Like, just go do it. Care like that shouldn't prevent you. Like, go do it.
Well, but unfortunately, the whole manoscape or manosphere, whatever you want to call it, is still kind of prevalent in the game design community because it is such a male-dominated industry. And even though some of the best games that have come out in the last 3, 4, 5 years were designed and written and coded by women.
Yeah, no,
so we just need to get past all of that, because a prime example would be Blizzard. That big scandal that was going on at the time. They even actively did not or refused to hire women or girl designers, coders. They would pass them up in favor of an inexperienced guy, and it just wasn't fair.
That's just wrong. That's wrong on so many levels. I don't get it. Why? It comes down to this. Are you good at what you do? Can you do what you have to do that we need to be done? Like, are you highly skilled at this? Yes. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. Why are we looking at, but let's look at you. Or when, oh no, you're this, or you're that, or that, this, that, that. Oh, I don't like your beer. I like, why does any of that matter? Why does any of that matter? Isn't the whole point of making the product and creating the thing that you want created? I don't understand why humans are still hung up on like it's like, oh no, you're female, oh no, this or that. I'm like, why does that matter? Why? They could do it just if this person could do it just as good as this person. That's all that matters. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. I don't get it. I will never understand it. Well, it's old human way of thinking. It just still lingers.
That's still an old topic that we probably should talk about on another show.
I agree. I know we moved on. But it was bothering me. I got an image from the conference, the 2006 Sony conference, when they revealed the prices. We're gonna look at the image right now. Here it is. Second. It's blurry. I'm gonna blow it up. What does that look like? What does that look like, guys? Look at the console. What does it look like?
That may be what
that was the one.
the picture in it for the show, but that
That's
is
the
not
one.
what
I could
I
show you
got
but that's not what you got. But here's the
for
thing.
launch day.
Here's the
That's my thing. This is what I got for launch day when the
here,
PS3 was being released. So
500 and not. Oh yeah, I mean, $600 for that thing. They wanted you to. They literally suggested, somebody in an interview at the time on their end said, like, you could just pick up a second job, and I'm just like, whew, that is not a good way
right?
to sell your product.
No.
Like, no. Yes, the original one they showed on that image looked more matte finish, but like the final product that came out was the exact same way it looked, but it had more glossy chrome look to it.
Mine didn't.
When did that model go? Oh, like,
I,
again, we're gonna have George Raptis show a picture of all 11 of his PS3 consoles. At one point, we're gonna line them up. All right, I'm off that.
Anyway,
now. Don't worry, I'm done with that. Just had to. That's all right. Let's see. Okay, you have the console in hand. Check the manufacturer date. There you go. There you go, Hein. He's got a point. The manufacturer date's on it. PlayStation 3 came out in 2006. What does the manufacturer date say on that?
I'm a looking.
Heinz got the right way here.
A lot of the text have fallen off since then.
I'm telling you, that's what it is, Michael. I'm telling you, I know the PlayStation 3. I know it to the back of my hand. There was 3 models. The first one was the George Foreman grill that looks like that, the one we saw. Then shortly after that, didn't take long, then they came out with that second model that he has. And then the third and final model, which, by the way, they had like different variations of the second one, which is, different storage capacity and all that stuff over time. And then the third one was the Super Slim with the sliding door. I know the second console's technically not called a Slim, but the fan base call it a Slim. The unofficial title, but
it looks like manufacturer date was September 2006.
Well, then that George Foreman one wasn't up there for very long, but that was the first one they did. I'm not saying it didn't I don't Heinz trying to back me up here. I know he is.
And considering it launched in October, that's what I got. Because
Heinz even like scratching his chin, like maybe you have a special one. I'm telling you, Hein, back me up here. There's 3 different there's different variations of the same models between each one, but you know what I'm saying. There's 3 different looks. The George Foreman, the one he has, which is this unofficial Slim, and then you got the Super Slim, sliding door mechanic one. Nope, Neon is going check my. No. This is gonna bother me the whole show. I know it is.
Well, I can't help it. I
I'm
never
not saying
saw
that
them.
didn't come out the same year, but
You mean the same years on the same day?
I'm telling you, that was not the design of the PlayStation 3 when it launched. I am telling you, if there is a Mandela effect going on here, I'm going crazy.
Because when I bought my launch day, and they started coming out with all of these, the Slim and then the Super Slim, and it's like the sliding door. I thought was just absolutely stupid, and
yeah, I hated that.
Then I saw the one that was glossy, and it was like, oh my god, that's going to be a massive pain to clean.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna have researchers now, please, because I can't look too much about my computer. Research, guys, research. While we move on and talk about other stuff. Indy, you're here. Indy, back me up here. We're debating. He thinks that that second tier PS3 model that came out, not the super slim with the sliding door. He's saying that is the original model. I'm telling you guys right now, it's the George Foreman glossy one. That's the original model. Indy, am I correct on this? You know a lot about the PS3.
Well, either way, that's my launch day one, and I'm sorry, I never bought another one because I wasn't going to spend the money for it.
Thank you, Indy. Indy backing me up. This is the George Foreman glossy one. Now it wasn't on the market for very long. That's the confusion that's going on here. That was off very quickly because it had a couple different problems with it. The first one, they call it the yellow light of death. Essentially is what they call it. The yellow light of death. That was an official title for it, but that's what some fans called it. It would yellow light. It would do something kind of similar to the Xbox 360. But there was other internal components that failed in there, and Sony was kind of terrified with that, so they quickly came up with another design. That's the one you're seeing now. That's slim. That second model one. But they originally did launch with that, and maybe it was. I don't see. This is where I could be wrong. I'm not sure when that second model came out. It could be very well the same year, which is why it's causing confusion right here. That I don't know.
Well,
that
it would have been. Now that I can understand and believe because there were pre-launch PS3s that were being reported with problems, and I know the second iteration was being mass produced just before launch, but that is what was released on launch day. Some people may have gotten the George Foreman glossy one, but there weren't as many.
See, that's where I'm not sure, and I think you could be right about that. Okay. Heinz said, I only find the slim with release date 2009. 2006 was the launch.
I have a 2006. It was manufactured September of 2006.
Okay. I feel like this is going down the path of that movie that everybody thinks that exists that doesn't exist with Sinbad. They thought he was a genie in some movie that doesn't, but it was actually like the Shaq film, called whatever it was called. And there's people to this day, there's large groups of people who believe that movie did indeed exist. Sinbad as a genie. They think some people think that there was a time traveler that changed time and got rid of the movie. Something like that.
It was Shazam that got well, it started off as a different name. They were making fun of it in what was the name of that cartoon on Netflix?
What's that cartoon on Netflix?
Crap. Now that I'm trying to remember
we're all trying to remember things.
It's the conspiracy cartoon.
The conspiracy shit.
And the dark government and
the conspiracy.
I love this episode.
But they have an episode where they start farting around with time, and
it doesn't do time. It changes reality.
It changes the dimensional reality, so it splits off and creates these other lanes. And when they were making that, they had made this movie, and they were celebrating, wanting to go see it and everything, and then it suddenly was Shaq with Shazam, and then they changed it again to where it was some dog.
Where is this going? The Child's Play thing. We've talked about a lot of that, and we pretty much covered it.
But on Netflix.
I did not think we would be derailed to talk about the reality of which PlayStation 3 system came out first and the Shazam movie. I didn't think that was coming tonight.
Okay, to clarify, I'm not saying that came out first. I'm just saying that came out either simultaneously, because some people may have gotten the shiny, but this is the one that I got for launch night.
Get off that. It drives me crazy.
Oh, okay, This is I have a see. You know what I love about this. This is going to be something that's going to pop up again at some point in the not in this show, but like again, we're going to have this probably. This is going to be one of those things. Is ongoing debates, and I love that we have something to kind of cling to.
Right.
By the way, Indy, you said you're fixing your door. I did see that while listening to the show. Appreciate you jumping in here with us. And if I missed, oh, Sean is in here. Sorry, I forgot to greet you when you came in. I was in a heated discussion. I had to get the passion out. Does this Jacques said, does this podcast even really exist? Can we really be sure? Oh, let's not. Don't get me going. Now you're gonna think I'm dreaming this.
Now we're gonna get into the whole Matrix thing.
He said it's definitely an interesting debate to tune into. Yes. If like somebody from Child's Play is like, oh, they talked about us one episode, let's listen to what they said, and then they all of a sudden they just hear us go off into like a PS3 battle of existence. Oh god. Sinbad was the genie in Shazam. I saw it. No. He was not. It's Shaquille O'Neal. There is so people always thought he was in a movie, and it was never happened. Everybody has this memory of it for some reason, the whole Mandela effect thing. But Sinbad actually did not that long ago, he did a YouTube video to kind of like to go along with that joke. He dressed up as the genie and everything. Like they made it even look like an old VHS filter on the screen, and he shows up in the genie outfit. It's pretty funny.
Didn't he show up at one of the Oscar?
Okay, Shock said I'm lower than David, so I can lower David a little bit, but all right. It's just we're using different mics, so it's never gonna. That's the reason why there are shows that all have the same mic, for this very reason. So that's let me fix mine a little bit. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Now it's saying I'm too loud. But, okay, that's not too bad. We'll go there. It's possible David is too loud. Yeah, you might be a little too loud.
I can go even lower, but if I go any lower than that, then it's going to cut me off.
Oh, you're good. You're good now, I think. Yeah, you sound good. Are we more on even playing field with our audio, Jacques? You're the audio guy tonight. Say something, David. Compare our voices.
Say something.
Is that better? You're fine now. Okay. Well, it was all jacked up in the beginning, but hey, we got there in the end, and that's the dumpster truck on fire we love to do around here, so it's okay. We're good. Let's see. I remember Shazam as well as okay, we got to stop talking about the Shazam movie. We're not going to get into that. Yeah. Anyways, yes, if you there's the addresses are up there. If you guys got stuff to send for Child's Play, send it to Child's Play or send it directly to us, and we're starting to gather stuff to send there and all that. Just go back earlier in the show after it's finished. Catch up on all that if there's any new listeners here, Indy being one of them. You didn't hear any of that, but we're not going to go through it all.
Yeah, but and we're not just doing the collection for the consoles and games, just for Child's Play.
Yes.
Like I said, we do have that we're going to be working with these other charities that do very similar, but different purposes. That do take in these contributions of the consoles, games, and everything. So that's going to be going on for quite a while.
Yeah, Child's Play is kind of here to stay, and we're going to be helping others as well. So yeah, we'll have more information about all that. And yes, I will take a picture of the PlayStation 3, the one that George sent when it arrives. You guys will see it on our feeds. And we'll show it off next episode. Why am I calling this episodes? I got to stop saying that. We don't number these. Well, kind of, I guess, if you put them in order.
I've been putting numbering them by date.
Okay, never mind then. Don't mind me. I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong about the PlayStation 3. I'm going to the grave with that. So. Anyways, yes. So let's, you know what? Let's, I should have done this in the beginning, but let's go over the giveaway winners right now, for the Facebook group, because I do want to do that before I forget, because I have a bad memory, and it keeps getting worse every day. Now that I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now, we don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, thanks. Okay, let me put this up. Okay, yes. So our recent giveaway had on Facebook Monster Hunter Rise, Middle Earth Shadow of War Definitive Edition, Humankind, and Black Skylands. Now we're going to reveal who the winners are for these. Let's start with Monster Hunter. The winner for Monster Hunter Rise is Anthony and Ciso. Sorry if I butchered that. You're the winner. Now they have some pictures to go along with the winners have some pictures, because I told everybody to share a picture of your favorite snack you like to eat while gaming. We have some pictures to show, but before we get to that, I'll name the rest off. Let's see. The winner for Shadow of War is Yasin. I know everybody looks forward to me reading names, but I'm terrible at it.
But you're doing such a good job.
Yeah, I know. The winner for Humankind is Carlos Braz, and Black Skylands, the winner is Cody Jones. Now
Yay!
Now the fun part. We're going to look at the images that they submitted. I will be bringing them up on the screen, and don't worry, they look more fancy this time. I'm not going to just drag stuff onto the screen and enlarge them, on the fly. We're not doing that. I got stuff set up. So we're going to switch over. Here is the first two images. Cody submitted Smart Foods
Food.
white cheddar popcorn, which I've never had that. And he said, not
It's
necessarily this brand, but for love. Let me open this. Hold on a second. Got the window. There we go. Not necessarily this brand, but for snack, I love me some white cheddar popcorn.
Yes.
Game line up looks killer. Oh, he's talking about the giveaway. I didn't need that.
The Smart Food, that's actually really good. I really like their white cheddar popcorn.
Yes. I've never had that one. When I said I never had this one, I was talking about the brand, not white cheddar popcorn.
Yeah.
I've had
Well,
it. It's good.
Smart Food is a known, a well-established brand, and you can find them at Walmart and other places. But it's really good. It's really good.
It's good. Now, moving on to the next image.
Yasin.
I don't know what this is. What is this?
Pita bread.
That's what it is?
Like it looks like pita bread.
Oh, because he didn't say anything, and I was like, oh, I should have asked. But just left that image.
Or the fried bread.
This could even be pancakes cut into squares, for all I know.
No, it doesn't look like pancakes.
The homemade kind? Yeah, maybe.
No, they don't look like anything like pancakes that I make. Those look too thin. Maybe crepes.
Yeah, we're not trying to say whose is better here, but which one would you eat of these two if you could only pick one, David?
Wow.
Yeah, we're going there. We're gonna have a competition here. Who wins?
Yasin. That actually looks really good.
It looks good, and it looks good, but I don't know how to taste. That's the thing.
Put some cheddar, melt some cheddar. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the popcorn just because. Two reasons.
You know what?
It's gluten free. One's gluten free. The other one isn't.
True.
And I know what that tastes like. I don't know what this tastes like. Could be great, but I'm gonna.
If it's fried bread, then it's kind of got a bland taste, and it's or not much of a flavor, because it's really all it is flour with water, no egg, nothing else, and it's just mixed and then pan fried.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's actually really good. That's if that's what that is.
I believe you. Let me see what the chat's saying real quick before we move on. Potato pancakes, Michael's saying. Alana says popcorn. Jason's asking, is it pizza? No.
No.
Let's see. It looks fluffy and flaky. Puppy said. I'm having a hard time pronouncing what Puppy said here. It looks like arpas con. Oh, God.
Paratha,
Okay.
stuffed Indian bread,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
it's kind of what it looks like. It's made with fried bread, but it's stuffed. It's kind of like a pita that you stuff and then you put it down and you fry it. But I don't know. That's what that looks like to me, and it's really good.
I'm sure it's good, but I think at the end of the day, for me, I'll go with Cody just to play it safe with my stomach. So
Yeah.
for me, it's Cody. David went with the mystery bread, as I'm going to call it. So I'm not quite 100% sure what it could be in there. But anyways, the next...
Good for dipping.
Yeah, good for dipping. Now, the next one, these are the last two. We have Kit Kat Chunkies, and I've seen this brand. Is it the Takis? Takis? Called Hot Nuts.
Yeah, no.
I used to love spicy food back in the day, but my stomach got worse and I had to say no to it. Potentially, I probably might like this one more than Kit Kat, but Kit Kat is the safe one. And everybody likes to break off a piece of that.
Yeah, I love Kit Kats. Out of the two, I would go with the Kit Kat. What makes it chunky?
I think it's just extra layers. See, look at you see the bite and size. It's usually not that thick. I mean, that tall. I mean.
Yeah, it's usually only got like 4 layers.
Yeah, so I just think they actually added a few extra layers. Now, Kit Kat's always been that snack where I feel like, I mean, you can eat anything while you're gaming. You can eat whatever you want during gaming.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Kit Kats, I've always associated them with like a lunch. Like you eat lunch and then you eat a Kit Kat afterwards. It was never one of those snacks I would eat anytime. If I did have some.
True.
I don't know why. It was always a companion to a meal to me.
I always would get the Kit Kats at the office, but me, I dissected mine. I would take the layers apart and eat each layer separately.
I did the exact same thing. That's funny you mentioned that. I would do something. I mean, it wasn't the same thing, but a lot of people actually do this with Oreos. They would open them up and then eat the cream first and then finish the cookie.
Yeah, see, I don't like Oreos, so.
I love them even though they make me have explosive situations afterwards. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I think the clear, for us, I like doing verses with these. So for me and David, I think it's pretty obvious we're going to go with Kit Kat here. So, not saying the hot nut stuff ain't good, but I don't want to be spicy. I don't want to have a spicy mouth after eating a snack. Good.
Well, isn't Takis kind of a Japanese brand?
It is. I've seen those in unboxings for Japanese food snacks.
Yeah, and if it's hot nuts, then I'm sorry, it's going to be very hot. They put some of that really hot.
According to the packaging, there's some lime in there, though.
Well, it's probably because it's got wasabi, because they'll mix all of that together. Oh my God, that's just so hot.
Okay. What a weird stream this is tonight. We're just going all over the place. We're talking about charity, then we're debating on a PlayStation 3.
Now, Puppy said that Takis is Mexican.
Oh, it's Mexican. I'm sorry. I don't know. I get all of those. I watch a lot of unboxing food videos.
Yeah.
I just getting them confused right now. All right, so PlayStation had a state of play recently. The other day.
Did not watch it.
Now, I do have a few of the trailers. I don't have everything. I just picked 4 things out. No Jacques. I don't have Silent Hill. I didn't bring that in here. I know they showed gameplay of that for the Silent Hill 2 remake. But there were some things. Well, there's one thing we definitely have to talk about, and David said he didn't see it, so he's going to be in for a real surprise.
Well, they started broadcasting. They sent out the notice. I logged in, and I guess we were really, really early or something, but it black screen for 20 minutes. I gave up and said, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm going, I've got other work to do. So I
That
turned it
sucked.
off and went outside to finish my work.
It might have been one of the streams you were watching, because I switched to the IGN stream and it was fine. It could have been just Sony's. Maybe you went to Sony's and it was something wrong with it, or someone else's.
I don't know. It was like 4:30, 4:45. It's like, but they sent out a notice saying, we are broadcasting now. Log in.
I saw Jason's comment. Yes, I got the Astrobot thing. We're going to show him the Astrobot thing. Why am I grinning about the Astrobot thing? We're going to... I think you should have some idea why we're going to... well, we'll just get into it. All right, so I'm going to switch to this. Okay, here we go. So I made this trailer small. Now, just a little bit... a heads up, Alana. I don't think there's any flashes in this, but there could be something. I made the screen smaller on purpose. Some reason my PC just kicked into overdrive for some reason. Hold on. It's like chugging, actually. The stream's not chugging, but like the video's chugging. Yeah, we're gonna have to unfortunately stop the oh no, it's good now. We're good. We're good. It cleared up. All right, so here's Astrobot. I turned the volume down, and as you can see, he's running towards the controller right now. If you've played the Astrobot games, it's like a love letter to the PlayStation family. Like they have all the consoles, my computer's, the CPU kicked in, so if it's chugging a little bit, I apologize for that. But there's something I really want to show here. Okay, there's an encoding problem. I have to stop the thing. Hold on. Gosh darn it. Why you do this to me? Stop.
I haven't seen a problem yet.
For me, it is. I just paused it and hold on.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back.
No, it just paused.
I did that on purpose. Okay. We're gonna try it again. We play it. Hold on a second. Do you see this, David? Hold on. Let's go back. Pause. Ready. What is that?
There's all those Mingos.
This is Mingo Realm. Pink trees. You can see the Mingos in the background. Right there.
I'm
Way
flying
back there.
with you.
We're gonna skip across here. Play that again. I want to pause it in one spot. There. Look at those guys. We got a Mingo world in Astrobot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. I flipped out.
This isn't the first time.
It's for Astrobot?
For Astrobot, yeah. They've
Oh,
had Mingos in, I think, the last game.
Okay. Well, they're there, though. Did you guys notice the trailer chugging a little bit before? I know it's paused now. But before David, we're gonna get into the PC talk right now. But when I was playing these videos, for some reason, it hasn't done this before the computer, but the fans kicked in much harder, and it was on my side. It was kind of chugging a little bit. The video feed.
Well, that is because you're. Did you download the video beforehand, or is it streaming off?
I downloaded. This is downloaded and put into the OBS.
Okay. Well, then depending on which codec you're using, it can make the system work.
Is there a way I can change that from here on the fly? The codec on OBS?
I don't know on that one.
Okay.
I really don't.
Might have been some setting I changed, but I'm gonna just play it right now. See if the thing kicks in. Seems fine now. And I'm just listening to my computer now. You guys enjoy the video as we do a little maintenance.
Yeah, but a lot of this
Seems
it
fine.
was rendered already.
Okay. Seems fine right now. I don't know why it was doing that. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But yes, here's Astrobot. I was very happy to see this because I absolutely love
Love.
the launch. And they made it a launch-free game on the PS5. Already downloaded it onto the console. It was very short. I don't care. It's a free game. But I loved everything about it.
Yes.
Absolutely
Yeah.
loved it.
I even
So-
got the VR2 just to play the Astrobot, the latest one.
Oh, yeah, that's so. This is not going to be in VR. This game. Yeah,
Oh,
encoding. It's
that's
saying
sad.
encoding overloaded. Consider turning down the video settings or use a faster encoding preset. Where is that? Where is that? It must have been an OBS update that changed something because that's what it likes to do. Fortunately.
Well, I don't have the OBS software loaded, so
Yeah,
couldn't
and if
tell
I
you
tinker
where
with
to
anything
go.
now, I might actually mess with the stream. I could show you
Yeah.
how to do that, Mike. Okay. Is it easy? Can I just change it right now? Like, where is it? Or do we want to wait afterwards and just deal with this?
I would just wait.
Okay. We'll do that. But yeah, I was thrilled to see this. By the way, hey, Brett. You saying go to settings? All right, we'll go to the settings. If it crashes the stream, it's on Jock's fault. We'll go to the settings. All right, settings. Now what? Where do I go? Walk me, Jock. Walk me through this. Let's fix this. Because I have a lot of videos. Not a lot of videos. I had a couple more videos I wanted to show. And if it's going to... Do I go to video, I assume? Video output is currently active. Please turn off any outputs to change video settings. Oh, so the video's active right now. So let me go out of this. Sorry, guys. Technical change right now. Now it should be... Oh, video output is currently active. Please turn off any outputs to change the video settings. Oh, that means... It's not going to happen right now, Jacques. If this is where it is... we'll see.
That's why I'm saying the whole video thing is the feed itself as well.
Yes. So we'll after the show, Jacques, we'll fix this. It's a shame that it did that now, but now we know it's an issue because it kind of did that last week, and I want to make sure.
But
It's done.
you also have to remember, so if you downloaded the 4K version for the more clarity,
I did a 1080p.
or the 1080p, because I think we're broadcasting at 720.
Yeah, but
Even though we have everything set for the 1080,
okay.
it's still coming across as a 720p. And then when I post it to Facebook, it gets changed over to the 600p.
That's okay. Anyways, it is what it is, I suppose. I could try another trailer if it messes up. Yeah, but that's Astrobot. I'm excited for it. Let's just go to the second trailer and see what it does. Alien Rogue Incursion. This is only 50 seconds, so hopefully we can play this. Once again, I'm not playing any of the audio. We're just going to see a little preview of this. This is an Aliens VR2 game coming out. And we already knew about this, but this is the first time we're seeing any gameplay of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not much to go on here. It's so fast. Like, it's literally almost over the trailer.
But folks who have been testing the game are just raving about it.
Yes. Because this is made by the people who did, what is it? The Creed boxing games for VR, and they did 2 other games before that actually were well received. And by the way, David, you might be right about the video format or whatever it was. Whatever one I got for Astrobot was just too much because it's not doing it at all for Aliens.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, this is being made by a very good developer, and I am a huge Aliens fan. And it's hilarious. This was announced like a month ago, this game, and I forgot to bring it up on the show. And I remember someone messaged me afterwards like, how have you not talked about this yet? You're always talking about you want new Aliens games, and you just bleed for the franchise. But I don't know. It just slipped my mind.
there just hasn't been a lot of information about
No.
Incursion yet. So it's kind of hard to talk about a game that you haven't really seen, don't really know anything about.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Like, I'm just gonna be you're just gonna see me drooling as an Aliens fan that I'm getting a VR2 game, but that's all I can really. I can't really give you any input. I can't even really give you much input here. I mean, it's very short what they're showing.
Yeah, it's like
mean-
it's not very much. You would have to. We'll have to see if we can find something on YouTube or see if somebody who's been doing some of the testing has done anything.
Yeah. I want to bring something up. I'm curious if anybody else feels this way. The name, Alien Rogue Incursion. Yay or nay?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's like, how does Rogue Incursion?
It may have something to do with the story, and even if that is true, because I've seen people say that, that's still a weird name. Like, that doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
Mhm.
Like, Alien Isolation, fantastic name because you're isolated on the ship. You're isolation, Alien Isolation. It sounds nice. Aliens Fire Team, I didn't really care for that name, but it rolls off the tongue. Aliens Fire Team, okay. Alien Rogue Incursion, that don't sound right to me. It's just, that's a weird name for. There's Alien Infestation, which was a DS game. That's a nice name.
Yeah.
Fits appropriate with the universe
Simple.
too. Infestation, Xenomorph Infestation. I don't know what they're going for with this name. Even if it does make sense within the story that they're writing, I still wouldn't have used it. Like,
It kind of makes me think of kind of a dungeon crawler, rogue crawler.
exactly. But this is supposedly coming at the end of 2024 in the holidays. So I might be getting an Aliens VR game at the end of the year. And then in August, I think, the movie comes out, the new Alien movie, which looks good. Which actually looks good, the movie. So a lot of Alien love this year. I'm very happy to see that. The next trailer, we'll move on to that. Concord. Hopefully this one doesn't have issues on the computer. Because highly high-end graphics and all of that. Yeah, it is. It's having encoding. Okay, so Sony's trailers are giving me issues for some reason. It's the encoding. Sorry about that, guys. We'll just kind of skim through this with pause method. Now that's kind of lame, but we'll just pause this. All right. So this game, let's look at some images. It is a Guardians of the Galaxy style universe that plays like an Overwatch game.
Hmm.
Now, when they first revealed this, I don't have the video. When they first revealed this, the first video they showed was all CGI. It didn't even look like a multiplayer game. I thought they were introducing a new single-player game, but that's not the case. It is a 5v5 first-person shooter. Like I said, very similar to Overwatch. If you go through this and look around, I know it's gonna be kind of hard with still images, but I don't want to crash my computer because it doesn't seem to like this playing this one. Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing with this game. It's not for me. It's clearly not for me, this game, and that's fine. I wanted Sony to make another multiplayer game or have more multiplayer options in their library, and they're giving us this. They gave us Helldivers earlier this year, and now we're getting Concord. I mean, they're listening. They're clearly listening. They've been listening for the past 3 to 5 years. People have been saying this, so they have a game, a multiplayer game. Apparently, there's another multiplayer game that's in development as well. So for those who are not interested in this, look at it as a good thing. Sony's looking at multiplayer gaming, not looking at it more closely again instead of just all single-player games. Which, don't get me wrong, I love single-player games. I love a lot of their single-player games. It's my favorite thing that they put out. But at the same time, I felt like they were very lacking in the multiplayer department. And
well, they're kind of I can see them doing more multiplayer or trying to do more multiplayer at this point because they're getting ready to lose their not exclusivity for Call of Duty, but their dominance for Call of Duty because Game Pass is going to be putting all of the Call of Duty titles here, not sometime in the next year. I heard that the new Call of Duty, I don't know if it coming out for this year or for next year, is going to be day one Game Pass. And a lot of people are dropping their PlayStation uh, versions for Call of Duty in
Yes.
favor of the Xbox because it's being more optimized for Xbox now than the PS5. So, I don't quite understand that whole reasoning or whatever, but the whole focus for a lot of folks in their shooters is shifting to the Xbox.
Right.
So I see PlayStation trying to fill that multiplayer niche that they don't really have that big of a library for, trying to keep the players coming back to the to the PlayStation rather than just abandoning the PS5. So
I think it's
it makes
healthy though that they're doing
it
this.
makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
it's a smart move, and it's when I say over at Microsoft, what do you say for Microsoft? Do more single player games, and they are doing that. Like you got the Indiana Jones game coming. I know they acquired these, but it's still under the Microsoft umbrella, so it's
yeah,
theirs. But you had the Hellblade game that came out recently, and you got the Indiana Jones. They need more of that. Sony has a lot of that already. They have a lot of those kind of games, so they need to branch out and look at the multiplayer and the stuff you were just saying. How they, the call now that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, that's going to be officially revealed in about a week. Actually, I think it's on the 8th or the 9th. Xbox's showcase. They've already confirmed that game is coming on Game Pass day one. A lot of people thought it was going to take a long time, myself included, for them to get on the service for Call of Duty games. But I guess Microsoft worked something out on how much. I thought there was existing deals in place where they couldn't put COD on there yet. Maybe they paid it off. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Can you breach because isn't breaching like a contract of something very expensive?
yes.
And I mean, Microsoft is a $3 trillion company, so they're like they must
Yeah,
they
but
must have did something in the back end. So.
but they're not going to just arbitrarily breach a contract in order to get a game onto a console. So
There must be there's something else at play that they're able to get that on there. So that's obviously a lot of things that could be solved in these situations is money. So I don't know how much, if that was even the case. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, but I felt like that wasn't going to happen soon, but it is. But I mean, whenever they bring over all the Call of Duties on Xbox Game Pass, we still don't know about that. But I was surprised to see a new one hit the service, which I'm happy about. I'm gonna download it. I'll play it day one.
yeah,
Good for me. I mean, it's fine. Let me go to the chat because I know I've been avoiding you guys, and I apologize. Not purposely, but still, it still feels like I've been avoiding you. Let's see. Just scroll up a little bit.
Well, they're kind of debating over which system is better, PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. It's like
play on everything.
Ghost. I'm not going to say the PlayStation is superior. I have been a PlayStation guy for a long time, since the 360 anyway. But I'm finding myself playing more on the Xbox anymore because I just like it better. It just seems to be running better. Now, I do play my Portal. I play with the Portal. So, and that does run off of the PS5. So, yeah. I think they're both good systems. PCs, now, if you got a really good GPU, yeah, I can see you having, a PC that is superior, but in the end, it's all opinions.
Yeah, it's whatever your preference is at the end of the day. I see Amber, Dawn's Ghost. She said, she's replying to Alana. I disagree on you there. PlayStation. Let me read Alana's comment first. That would make more sense. Yes, it is Sony. Don't like cloud save. Wait, maybe you're replying to it. But basically, just go back to what Amber was saying.
Well, Alana said Xbox is better than PlayStation.
Oh, I see. I'm too far behind. See, that's me. I was reading the wrong comment, Alana. I apologize for that. There it is. I see where she's replying to up here. And I lost Amber's comment. Oh, I'm doing great today. There it is.
Where's-
Okay. I disagree on you there. PlayStation won the console wars. PlayStation is superior to the Xbox. Well, nobody's debating that who sold the most. I mean, clearly PlayStation is the two beating Xbox. What is it, 2 to 3 to 1 in sales, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
We all know that they've won financially, hardware sales, all of that. And I prefer PlayStation over Xbox, me personally. But it's really just comes down to personal preference at the end of the day. Like, if there are people I know who love the Xbox more than the PlayStation, and that's cool. That's fine, because there's certain things that they want that's over there and that's not over here. And then it's the other way around. We know Sony has all of the big AAA single player story exclusives that you absolutely love, and that gravitates you more towards over there. Maybe you prefer the controller more over there. Maybe you prefer the Xbox controller more. Everybody's going to have a different answer to that, which is why answer is play what you like. Use what you like.
They're
Want it PC only?
Xbox and
That's fine.
PlayStation. I think they're both. They may not necessarily be both equal, but
No.
they're both good. They're both good.
They bring different things to the table. And one does things better than the other, and the other does things better than that one.
Well, I could always throw a wrench into it. Switch is superior to Xbox and PlayStation both, hands down.
Hold on, I'm just letting that process in my mind for a second.
I can say my Switch is more superior.
I mean, it's an opinion. I don't agree with it, but it's an opinion. Has it sold more? Yes. Oh, yes.
It's like anything's better than the Switch.
Is the Steam Deck better than the Switch? Or David's answer is going to be for this.
No.
That's fair. Yeah, let's move on to the next trailer. Hopefully it plays well. We'll do the cheat way. We'll just scroll and look at a still image. But okay, what I was saying was for those who just haven't used the PlayStation VR 2, this isn't going to look interesting to you at all. It's just going to be, what's so special about it, Mike? You will never understand until you use it. It doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like this at all when you're in the VR headset. It don't look like that.
It's better.
It's better. It actually looks like you if you're walking around in your room, you looking through with your eyes. It has that kind of a vision.
Well, almost.
To a degree.
It depends on,
To a degree.
So there's going to be some variations in graphics. It's like on how it was drawn and everything. But very close.
I can't wait. That's gonna be great.
Wish.
This comes out this year as well. So Skydance's Behemoth, if all these actually land in the same year, let's say they all do. If they do, you're getting Skydance's Behemoth, you're getting the Alien and Rogue Incursion game, you're getting the Metro Awakening, I think it's called, Metro Awakening VR game from the Metro series, and you're getting the Wanderer, which is like a time traveling game. It looks pretty good. And possibly that Batman Arkham game that's coming to Quest 3 could also land this year. So there's actually a nice medium amount of VR games coming, and that I'm excited for, which is nice. Because I was a little worried about that when you get in VR headsets and you're like, and nothing comes. You may not get anything. That was a fear of mine with the PlayStation VR 2. It still is when it comes to first-party exclusives. I don't know if Sony's going to do any more with that, except for the one game that's in development. That worries me. But when it comes to third-party support, I'm glad to see that there is a lot of good ones coming. And that's fine if somebody's get pushed to 25. That's perfectly fine. But if all these do indeed land in the holiday of 24, it's going to be hard to pick and choose which ones to get here. Well, Alien for me, of course, that's day one. I don't care if it's a 2 out of 10 game or a 10 out of 10 game. I'm getting it. It's the Aliens franchise. But Behemoth has bumped up on my list. I still got to play Asgard's Wrath. I think that's Asgard's Wrath.
Asgard's Wrath. Yeah.
Which is kind of in the same. I wouldn't say it's like
genre.
Behemoth, but it's the same genre. Yeah, fantasy and all that. So overall, I mean, I don't have everything here, but overall, I'm just gonna go back to Alien Rogue Incursion because that was playing well. Overall, I think the the State of Play event was decent, and it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, they had like Silent Hill Remake 2 there. They had a few JRPG games there. I don't remember the names of them. And we dropped a bunch of frames at one point since I had 500. It must have been when I was playing those videos. Apologize,
Yes.
guys. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people complaining about the state of play. They were kind of expecting it to be more of a showcase, but it's not a showcase. I assumed it was just going to be a sampling of a few games, and then that was it. But the one game that I believe it's hilarious for me, not hilarious, but it's funny for me to say this. The one game I'm the most excited for is Astrobot. That more than the Aliens game, believe me. That's how much I love that series. I'm glad that Sony actually took that IP even more serious and not just used it as a PlayStation VR 1, like, quote unquote tech demo. I know it's not quite that, but it kind of felt like that. But it was still really good. And then Astrobot's Playroom, which was the one that released on the PS5, that was more of a like closer to like your traditional kind of game, but it was very short. But now Sony has decided to make a full-fledged game beginning to end, so this is gonna be a lot longer. It's just, yeah, I'm happy, very happy. I don't know what else to really say about the state of play other than I'm curious what Microsoft's gonna do in June. I think theirs is gonna hit harder because theirs is a big showcase. You're gonna see Call of Duty's gonna be there. I think they're gonna reveal a new Gears of War. I think you're gonna see more of the Indiana Jones, maybe even I don't know if I'm about a release date, but maybe they give you more of a window when that might come out. And of course, all the other things that they've been hinting at that are going to be in the show. So there's going to be comparisons between the two, but I just want people to remember this is a state of play, not a PlayStation showcase, which is coming soonish, whatever.
Usually the
Summer.
showcase is in July usually.
Okay. So they'll have something else soon. They didn't talk about the thing that I wouldn't say it leaked because they found it in the they found official listings of it. The adapter for the PC for the PlayStation VR 2. There's an adapter apparently that exists. We don't know how much it costs. We haven't seen a picture of it yet. I'm hoping Sony doesn't pull let's charge $70 for this thing.
Right.
I hope it's only $30, $40 max. I think that's perfectly fine because I looked up how much these things usually go for around there, so I think that's a reasonable price. I think there's already too much of a steep entry level price for the PlayStation VR 2. They can't put that thing up to $70. But at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if they did.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Sean said, "Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry."
Considering it's like the new headphones and everything are so pricey too. So yeah.
Sean said, "I wonder if we'll see a Fallout game announcement." I'm going to say yes, and I think it's Fallout 3 remastered because that was leaked in the FTC document thing transfers that happened last year, and that was one of the things that was mentioned was Fallout 3 remaster. I think that's the only thing they have if that is real, that's the only thing they have that is probably ready. Everything else is too far out, I would think.
I heard it's like I'm trying to remember where I heard something about Fallout 6.
I mean, they can announce Fallout 6, but that's not coming until 2030 probably because they haven't even revealed the Elder Scrolls date yet. We haven't seen any gameplay of it yet. They announced that years ago, and that's probably not coming out till 27, 26 earliest. Fallout.
Somebody was talking about the Fallout 6 in its current state of production.
I believe that it exists. Knowing Bethesda, they like to announce stuff years in advance. They may show a Fallout 6 there, but it might not. It's just don't expect it anytime soon.
I wouldn't. I don't think it's anywhere near ready for a demo or even a video. So
yeah, because of the hype they have for the show. Hey, how's it going, George? Different George. This is George V1. The George we were talking about earlier in the show, that's George V2. We got a couple Georges in our community. So this is STEM Sunfire, George. How's it going, man? Yeah, I need that new Astrobot game. VR as well. It's not. Not a VR game. Hate to break it. Sean's saying, let's see, hold on a second. Because, yeah, I think we'll see them pump something out quick because of the hype they have. Yeah, because of the television show. Yeah, all of the Fallout projects got greenlit after the TV series was successful. If there was any like in the idea stage, they're all been greenlit. Guarantee it. Speaking of that, we did have 2 people who just followed us recently, and I want to put their names up here.
Excellent!
Find out of order and play the next one. Once it pops up.
Excellent!
Sampier, 81. Was that too loud, the little excellent thing? I know that's low. No, it's on -18. That's definitely low. Okay. Now you're gonna make me. I'm gonna be looking at that like a hawk now. So, okay, good. But yeah, Sampier 81. Thank you guys for following us. I don't know if you're here.
Yes.
You are awesome. Thank you. You probably left after you heard that blast in your eardrums, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else to really say about Sony's thing. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to. Actually, we're time-wise. We may actually end early for once. We're not done
Well,
yet.
we're at almost 2.5.
Okay. The last thing I wanted to talk about real quick was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire because I saw it last night. Our VR community thing. I do have a trailer here. I'm afraid to go to it. I'll take a peek real quick. Let me take a peek. I'm looking at the bar. Let me see.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Yes, it's loud. Okay. I stopped it. It's gone. Okay. Okay, we're good.
Nah.
I shut it off. Shut it off instantly.
Right.
It might have been loud for like a split second, but I got it. Yeah, this is why I have a checklist, and I forgot to look at the checklist, and I literally have on that checklist, make sure all the volume is down on all the videos if you have videos, and I didn't look tonight. Anyways, here's the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Oh, you love the movie a lot. That's great to hear. That's fantastic.
I'm not gonna say I loved it, but I did like it.
So when I saw what the critics were saying and what the fan base was saying, the critics don't like this movie at all. Fans, very, very, very positive. Like if we're gonna base this off of like Rotten Tomatoes, 40% critics, 85% fan base. Going into it, I'm like, okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna go into this, watch it, and probably favor more towards the fan side. I watched it, and I gotta say, I've never had this. It's been a long time since I've had this feeling about a movie. What I mean by that is, after I watched the movie, I read not a lot of them, but a good amount of the movie critic reviews. And I was reading what Ghostbusters fans were saying about the movie, the viewers. And I have to say that I don't agree with either side. I don't think this movie is trash, as the critics say, and I don't think it's really, really good, as the Ghostbusters fans say. I don't think it's either at all. I think both. I don't agree with either side, honestly. The consensus of either side, I don't agree.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, thank you. I think it's a very middle of the road movie that has good moments in it. It's entertaining. Some of it, like the scene right here, they're showing them chasing the thing town. That was a cool scene. I felt like this movie was just like 3 steps backwards when you compare it to Afterlife. I thought Afterlife was a really good Ghostbusters movie. I enjoyed that one a lot, and this one,
I
didn't like that one.
No, I did. But yeah, it's like this Frozen Empire. Did you ever see the Ghostbuster animated series?
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
Well, I didn't see a lot of it either. I think I saw the first like 1 or 2 episodes or something like that. To me, Frozen Empire felt more connected to the animated series than it did the established movie series. as far as story. Because to me, Frozen Empire, it felt like a really long live action version of the animated cartoon.
Okay.
It felt very disconnected to the overall Ghostbuster franchise storyline,
Mm.
from the movies. I know it's there. It was introduced in Afterlife, but in tying, I don't know. To me, it just felt, Frozen Empire just felt a little animated. But I liked
Yeah,
it.
no, I could see
I
that. I
did
get
like
that.
the
Yeah.
do like the movie, but it's not the best one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just for me, it's just kind of there. Like, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it at all at the same time. I felt a lot of the humor in this one. And the Ghostbusters movies have a bunch of humor in all of them, but like
Yeah.
the jokes they're trying to land in this just fall
Are
flat,
flat.
hard, much harder than any of the other ones. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen the 2016 reboot one that they did. I heard,
With the
yeah, that one.
three ladies and Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That
I
actually,
heard, yeah,
that was I like that one better, way better than Frozen Empire. It was actually quite funny.
yeah. I was debating if I wasn't busy doing other stuff earlier today. I was really debating if I should watch that before the show just to compare these two, because I feel like these are probably this and that are considered probably in the bottom. Maybe not the bottom. I would say the bottom of the barrel. If we're ranking them, they're at the bottom. But I don't know. See, everybody's different. I think George says he likes this Frozen Empire more than Ghostbusters 2. I haven't seen that one in so long, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen two.
Oh, I want to show something real quick here.
I
You
don't
go back to
know.
the trailer. You see this? My friend Chris brought this out to me, and a lot of the other
Mhm.
promotional material. I wish I had an image of them all really close to the screen. I don't right now, but in other promotional material for this movie, all of them here. See them all wearing red
Mhm.
winter coats. They don't wear any. There's one character that wears it in the movie, but nobody else is wearing it. But in all the promotional images you see of this movie, all of them are wearing it.
red.
I'm not sure why they changed that. Because the regular Ghostbuster suits don't have a lot of. They're not. They're not.
They're
The
not
kind of
white.
attire
It's
you'd
kinda-
wear in the snow. It's like you're gonna be freezing wearing this. That's why I think that's why they originally went with this idea. But somebody must have last second was like, you know what, we got to use the original outfits, because they were probably worried people would complain. It would have been fine if they all. I don't know. It's weird if you're gonna show all of that in the promotional material, you just leave it alone. It's weird.
Well, for the it's like this framed artwork here, I would say they set out all the jackets and everything to red to make it stand out, because what they were wearing was kind of a khaki in a roundabout way, a really light khaki, and
It's what the
that
traditional Ghostbusters wear. They wore in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. So I can see it blending in or making it a little harder to see, whereas the red makes the whole picture pop.
Mm.
So just observation.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Well,
It wasn't for me.
I did watch a different movie.
Oh, you did.
I earlier today I sat down and watched the new J-Lo movie on Netflix.
Oh, you watched Atlas.
I watched Atlas.
Oh God, I watched that last week.
I was fully expecting something in the lines of Cloud Atlas or something. I don't know. But it was kind of funny because right before I watched Atlas, I had watched the Creator last night, and one other AI centric or movie right before Atlas, and I tried going into the movie with an open mind, not knowing anything about it. I didn't even read the description or look at the commercial trailer for it. I just went straight into the movie, and I'm not a J Lo fan. Never have been. I don't think she can act. I think her performance in the movie was subpar. They should have got somebody else to fill in or to do the part. Just about almost anybody could have done a better job. Um,
Yeah, that movie, I just did not like it at all. I no.
you didn't like Atlas?
No, I did not like it. I hated
Okay.
it.
I feel better, because I was going to kind of slam the movie kind of hard, but it's bad writing, bad acting, subpar videography. Um, the only good thing about the movie was uh Steve or whatever
Yeah,
the
okay, I could see that. Yeah.
AI's name. Because Michael was watching with me, and he absolutely loved the movie. So he's kind of out there on his own. But he kept laughing every time that the AI was being a smartass. Did you? It's like, you wrote that, didn't you? You created that AI. Because I'm a smartass, and a lot of the jokes that it was landing are things that I would have said, that I honestly would have said. So it was in that regards, that was about the only good part of the whole movie
Okay.
for me, anyway.
Yeah, if I were to find one positive thing about that, sometimes most of the jokes were just terrible in it, but sometimes that AI did crack something out of its mouth, and it was pretty funny. So
Yeah,
I didn't really. I was so lost in everything else in that movie being just there. I didn't really think about the AI too much, but yeah, he was okay, I guess. J Lo's acting in that one, especially the part where she's like injured and the bones, and she's injured. I'll just say that, and she does tries to react to the pain, and then the it doesn't sound like someone who would react to that kind of pain that the person gets.
right,
Like, ow, or something like that.
right.
What's going on in that scene? You'd be like, oh no, you'd be screaming. You'd be screaming from that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For a character that's supposed to be a frigid bee,
Yeah, we did talk about
I'm-
it last week, Amber. David wasn't here. That's why I brought it up.
yeah,
Again.
I wasn't on the show last week, but I was just saying, I caught up, managed to watch it. It was okay, but not no. It was bad.
Yeah, I want my 2 hours back. That's all I gotta say. You know what? I don't think there's anything else. Could this be one of those times we actually don't hit over 3 hours? Could it be?
Well, 2.5. I was gonna say, I do have
Oh wait, you got something.
our NAS
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
game server sitting right there on my desk. It's plugged in at the moment, so but I got lots of downloading to do for the video library. Working on getting it to where everybody can watch the movies together, whether you're in VR or not VR.
Yes.
So I'm working on it. Like, I've got my video library is just so large. It's going to take a while to download, and then
we got to test it.
copy over. And then we got to test it, and then and I'm waiting on a friend to help me configure the software for the game server part, because we're going to create 2 game servers. Got the NAS game server, and then Michael got a friend who gave him a little game server, and it's just a little mini box. But we're gonna try to set that up for a bigger server in the event that we have a lot of people who are going to join us for a game night or whatever.
Yeah, so Amber's asking how, as in like how does that work the way you're setting it up?
I'm looking at Plex.
Yes.
Plex would be a Plex for movies. 'Cause they mainly do video and music. You would just be able to log into the website, and there is somewhere a connection that would go between the Plex and the VR remote player that we've been using. Remote desktop,
That's right. Yes,
whatever.
yes.
But there's supposed to be a big screen. There's supposed to be a plug-in that would allow the connection between the two. And the video would just be rerouted rather from like one of us having to stream through a web page to everybody else to watch. It would be done through Plex.
Yes.
That would come in through the app, or otherwise, if you're on a PC or a tablet, then there's a Plex app that you can download for free, and I would have to send out an invitation or a code, which everybody would be able to put in and bring you into the movie theater.
That's gonna be cool when that happens. Yeah, Plex allows you can rent movies and stuff on there on your own, but you actually have the ability to create your own server, and you can upload all of your movies, your own digital collection of movies onto the server, and then people can have access to it and stuff like that. Is that am I getting all that right? That's how that kind of works. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, rest assured we are working on that. So we don't want to use Discord, and I know there's others who are looking into using Discord as well. I don't want to do that because you're technically not supposed to stream movies on Discord, and there has been people who have been booted off the service. So I'm not doing that. Sure, most people are fine doing it when they do it on there, and nothing happens with them. But why risk that? Like it's just it doesn't even look that great on Discord, to be honest, either.
Yeah, it really doesn't. But it's like the only time that we might get booted or banned off of Discord is somebody would have to actually report us.
Yes, so it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it because somebody that we don't know or who's outside of the group comes in, and they can come in, join, and
troll,
see what we're doing, and then and report you.
It's like I got them. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's really no way to come back from that. So to me, it's just not worth going through Discord.
No. But yes, that hopefully will be implemented in the near future, but it's going to take time. All this stuff takes time.
Yeah.
We have like a million other things we're doing, so it's.
But I'm hoping sometime by next month, or at least by the end of the month.
Okay.
At least for testing, because I've already got everything installed. It's the whole configuration that I'm having trouble wrapping my brain around.
Well, on that note, I'm actually tired, and we're under 3 hours, so I think this is a good time to just stop the whole thing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, hanging out with us, talking with us. I know Hein mentioned we could go back to the PlayStation 3 discussion. Well, we may save that for next time, but
next time,
because you get me started on that, we're gonna be here. It's gonna be like 4 hours to the stream. But that's it. I just yelled into the mic and blew people's eardrums out. Sorry. We're about to rate in 9 seconds, guys, so I have to speed this up. All right, we'll see you next time. Catch you later. Have a good one.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.